Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here, I hope you're all doing well. So in this video we're going to take a look at the hideout for Escape from Tarkov. We've recently had a short video and some images put out there by Battlestate showing off the hideout and what we can expect from it in its very early iteration when it comes to the game in 0.12 patch. It has been confirmed for 0.12 and they have said that it's going to be a very early version of the hideout, so I expect it to be a bit buggy, a little bit broken, but obviously they will work on it as updates roll out. So what exactly is the hideout? Well, the hideout is basically going to replace your stash and your inventory screen, what you have now, and it's basically your little base that you get to build up as you go through the game. So it starts out very basic. It is initially an abandoned bomb shelter that you move into, and as you go along through the game you get to add different modules to that and upgrade it and make it a little bit of a better place to live. So you're going to start out with the very first thing that you'll have to do is find a power generator. You're going to have a water collection system, ventilation, you're going to have a medical treatment facility, a recon center, you're going to be able to add heating to it, there'll be a bathroom and many other modules that will be added as we go on. So it's going to be a place where you're going to regenerate your health and hydration outside of the raid. This is something that they've spoken about quite a lot recently. It's going to be if you get killed in a raid or you're severely injured, you will actually heal up outside of the raid. Now we haven't had many details of actually how that will work. Do you simply medicate yourself while you're in there? Do you have to wait a certain period of time before you're able to go into another raid? That kind of bothers me. I don't want to be waiting ages to get back into a raid. I'd prefer just to be fully healed outside of it and go straight back in, but again we're waiting for details on that, so I don't really have anything more to add with that. But it's basically our base of operations where we're able to upgrade it. It's going to have a shooting range there as well. Now they put a little top down video out of it which shows, I'll run that over and over in the background. It was only a few seconds long, and they put out some images as well. Those will be in the background as I'm talking, and I've got to say I quite like the look of it. It looks good, and I think with the animated little video, that is, I think I'm right in saying, the first glimpse of the game that we've seen in the new version of Unity. Now it does look very smooth in that video, there's no jerkiness or anything like that, but obviously you're not on a server at that point, so it's hard to say whether it's improved in terms of performance, but it does look pretty smooth, and I like the top down view. That is pretty cool. As you'll see from the pictures, you're able to go into first person perspective in it as well, and able to arrange things around how you like them inside the hideout. Now they have just recently put a questions and answers out for this. Obviously a lot of questions have come out about the hideout, people wanting to know exactly how it works, so I'm going to scoot through some of those now. I won't go through them all because there are quite a lot of questions, but I'll just pick some out. If you want to see these questions and answers, go onto their Facebook page, their official Facebook page, and you'll be able to see them on there. So people ask when it's coming. As I said, 0.12, that has been confirmed. They've asked, will you be able to add your own pictures and posters to the hideout, and they've just put not yet. They say that will you be able to craft items for the hideout? Will you need to craft items? And it says some items, some specific items will need to be crafted, and it's just a case of gathering the materials and clicking to craft them and waiting for it to be completed. Your hideout won't be able to be raided by other scavs. It is a completely secure area just for you. You will be able to craft your own ammunition at a certain point. I would think though that to be crafting your own ammunition you would have to have it leveled up to almost a complete state before you're able to do something like that. They're saying that you'll be able to unlock certain things. You will unlock them with traders, you will unlock them with quests and missions. There are going to be specific missions tied into upgrading your hideout, and they do, as I say that this is going to be a very basic version of the hideout to begin with. It will roll on and be a lot more advanced as future updates come out. They ask, will it be possible to invite your squad members into your hideout, and they say not yet. But I do think that it'd be pretty good if you could have a clan orientated hideout. So obviously you're going to have your own little personal space, but it would be cool if you clanned up to add it all into one. I'm not sure whether they would do something like that, but there are a lot of clans that play Escape from Tarkov. I'm sure they would be looking to have something like that put in. Then they ask, do you need to build a PC within your hideout with the components that we find out in raids? So so that we're able to access the flea market, and they say that that isn't planned. You will have direct access from the beginning to the flea market, but you will be able to construct a computer later to create a Bitcoin farm. So you're going to be able to farm Bitcoins in it. I would assume that you'd have to be a high level to do something like that. And that's pretty much it for the questions and answers. As I say, there was a lot more asked, but I will put a link in the description below. They do say that this will replace our stash, so there's always been rumours that they will get rid of the EOD edition. I think the EOD edition was just something that they were using to support, the development of the game. I think once they bring out the Hideout, everybody will have the same size stash. I think the only difference that the editions will make is the kind of secure container that you get. So I think we all go back to like the same size stash, and then you obviously upgrade your Hideout, and the more you upgrade that, the bigger your stash is. You're going to be able to display your weapons as well. I think you'll be able to put them on the wall and display them, much like what you would get in the Division, where you're able to display items on the wall. Like they've got the base of operations. This is basically a base of operations for Escape from Tarkov. So I've got to say I quite like the look of it. It does worry me a little bit that they're concentrating so much on something like this when there are more pressing issues to be done, to be sorted out within the game. We desperately need new anti-cheat in the game. We desperately need more stable servers. There are things that need doing that we really don't, need them concentrating on something else instead of getting, things that really need doing sorted out. I do like the look of the Hideout. I think it will be a good addition, but it does worry me that it's going to be taking us out of Raid for too long. They have said in the past that we spend too much time outside of Raid, sorting the stash, upgrading weapons, trying to find mods for weapons. So that's why they decided to bring in the new system where you're able to mod weapons and save, you save your build, and then you can just instantly build that again by clicking one button. But this just seems to be pegging us back again. I mean, out of Raid healing, I'm not sure that I agree with that one, to be perfectly honest. Escape from Tarkov for me is all about the first person experience, and they just seem to be reversing that little bit and doing as much as possible to keep us out of Raid. I want to be in Raid. I want to be having the PvE and the PvP, and this just seems to be pegging us back out of Raid again. The thing that's going to be annoying is if this out of Raid healing, how long is it going to take? We have no idea how long it's going to take right now. If you're playing with a squad of players, and let's say for instance there are 3 of you, the other 2 are fine, and you die, does that mean they're going to have to wait for you to heal before they can go back into a Raid? That's really, really going to peg this game back, and I think the sentiment towards Escape from Tarkov at the moment is they have to get 0.12 right. It is going to be their biggest update ever to this game. I mean, they're throwing a lot into this. They're moving the entire game over to the new Unity. They're bringing the Hideout out. We're going to have basic voice over IP added into the game. There's going to be basic character customization thrown in there as well. There's going to be a lot of new weapons, a lot of new attachments. I think there's going to be an expansion to Woods. We're going to have scav bosses put on every map. We're going to have the new military map come out. I mean, they are putting a lot into this update. Me personally, I think they should separate the update, because I think they're just going to put too much in at one time. If it goes tits up, it's just going to grind this game to a halt. Every time they do a big update, there are always issues. There is always hotfix after hotfix straight afterwards. I think they're putting a lot in. They have to get it right, and if they don't get it right, a lot of people that are hanging by a thread with this game will simply abandon it. I know a lot of players have abandoned it since 11.7 because they didn't really see the need for the wipe to begin with. There wasn't enough content put in. The optimization of the game went backwards in real terms for a lot of people. So a lot of people gave up on it. They didn't like the way the tasks were reworked. So they have to get 0.12 right. And I think putting mechanics in that are going to hold you out of going into Raid, I think that's a big no-no. I think a lot of people will disagree with that. Realism is good in games to a certain degree, but we all play games to get away from the real world. So if you put too much realism in, I think it just becomes tedious. It becomes boring, it becomes head doing, and a lot of people don't want it in there. Hopefully this out of raid healing will be just something that's basically just going to cost you a little bit. You know, it's going to penalise you for maybe if you've done a hatchet run and died, you're going to get penalised because you're not playing the game how, you know, they expect you or want you to play it, which is another thing that annoys me. You know, there are so many ways to play this game. Are they going to start penalising players for playing it a certain way? They give us the option to do that, so, and then they're going to penalise us for it? I don't know. The hideout looks good, but it raises a lot of questions about the game. Hopefully they make it work, hopefully it works well. I really don't know. It's up in the air. It poses a lot of questions. Like I say, they've done a questions and answers session, but it's not really answering any of the real questions that we want. Yes, they put there will be post-raid healing and they just put yes. You know, give us some idea as to what's going to be happening, how you're going to heal. I just feel like all the time we're scrambling for answers to questions for this game, and we don't ever seem to get there in terms of, you know, actual answers. A lot of the time you ask questions about things within this game and you won't find out until that element of the game is put in and you work it out for yourself. So I love Escape from Tarkov, but sometimes it can be so fucking frustrating. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the hideout. I've talked enough about it. I like the look of it. I think it looks good. It does pose a lot of questions though, a lot of out of raid activities. You know, we spend a lot of time out of raid already. Maybe if they can make that part of the game look a little bit better, then it won't be so bad. You know, the menu system as it is now is annoying to fuck. So yeah, if they can make that look better, I'm all for that, but it needs to be done in the right way. So yeah, like I say, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. As always, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Escape from Tarkov content, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.